go ahead and lay down. You're going to put the band all the way up over your knees, like up on the thigh, and then just lay down onto your back, walk your feet in nice and close to the hips. And we're just going to start with some spinal articulation here. So put a little pressure out on the band, start to tuck through the tailbone, and then roll up one vertebrae at a time. You only have to come up to about your shoulder blades, and then from there you're going to softly start to melt back down. So we're just warming up the spine, and then we don't want the tension to change on the band. So if it's too much to just hold here, you can always walk your knees a little bit closer together. Think about peeling up, flatten through the belly at the top, squeeze your butt, and then start to slowly roll back down. And the band helps us on the way down, keep a little pressure on those outer thighs. Every once in a while, just check in with those shoulders and make sure that they're not rolling up on you. And let's just do 2 more here. Try to roll through the low back. Last 2. Oh, I gotta set my watch. I always forget to do that. Then I feel like it doesn't count. And then on your last one here, we're gonna roll all the way up and hold it there. Put a little bit more pressure out on your band, and then just start to pulse up and down. So just thinking of as a warm-up for the glutes and the hamstrings. Let's do 5, lift and squeeze, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Roll all the way down, one vertebrae at a time, and then from here we're just gonna thrust back up. So you're just gonna exhale, press up and squeeze, lower tap the tailbone on the mat. So as you start to connect a little bit more with your breath here, you might be able to move a little bit faster, as long as you don't feel it coming into the neck or the knees at all. And let's do 5. Really try to squeeze at the top. 4, 3, 2. Last one more set of pulses. Hold at the top, little pulses up for 10, 9, 8. Try to flatten that space between your hip bones. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice and slow, articulate down, roll all the way through the spine. Walk your feet in just a little bit closer to the hips, and then you want to try to get your toes pointing forward here. So from here, I'm just going to lift my heels up and bridge up. So I'm going to come up onto my tippy toes, lift and squeeze at the top, and then lower tap back down. I want my heels to stay up the whole time though, so that's just going to bring me into the front of my legs a little bit more. If you want more, you can walk your feet in closer. And let's do 5, tap, 4, last 3, 2, last one, hold at the top, lower and lift your heels. So I'm going to drop my heels onto the mat, lift and squeeze. Lower, tap, and lift. Now see if you can lift your hips up 1 more inch while you do this, so that when you lower your heels, you really feel the work in your quads. Lift at the top. Let's do 5. Try to roll down through the feet just like we do with the spine for 4, 3, 2 more. Last one, lift and hold. Now pulse up with the heels. So see if you can just lift the heels up an inch, down an inch. Up an inch, down an inch. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, lift, pulse up through the hips. Try to keep your heels up as high as you can. Just push up and squeeze for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, tap your hips on the mat. We're going up 1 more time. Hold it, and then we're going to pedal out the feet. So one heel lowers while the other lifts, and switch. Switch and switch. Good. Try to keep your hips up high the whole time. And then you can pick your pace with this. If you want to move a little bit faster, you can. Let's go for 5. Last 4. 3 more each side. Last 2. And last 1. Slowly roll down. You can take a minute, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Great way to get the quads burning right off the bat. Okay, so we're going to get into the hips a little bit more. You're going to bring your feet flat back down on your mat, about hips distance apart, and then go ahead and lift your hips up to bridge. From here, we're just going to take the left leg and extend it out. So I want my hips to be high and mostly even. From here, lift and lower the left leg. And as I lift, I don't want to lose control on my band. So I've got it tense. I have tension on it the entire time. As you lift, you'll feel that right heel kind of squeeze in towards your hip, and that's waking up that hamstring for us. Let's do 3 more. Doesn't have to be big. Last 2. Last one, lift and hold. Pulse up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down and rest. That works the right side way more than the left side. Okay, other one. Let's get it over with. Bridge. Right leg extends. We're going to lift and lower. Kick to lift and lower with control. So try to use your arms and that left foot to keep you balanced through center. Let's do 3. Kick. Last 2. And last one, lift and hold. 8 pulses up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Take a second. Shake out those quads. Okay, come right onto your left hip here. So we're going to come onto our side right away. You can be propped up onto your elbow, or you can rest your head on your bicep. We're going to start in our clam shape. So right away, I want to make sure that my top hip isn't rolling back. I want to stay squared up, and then the hip bones pointed forward. From here, lower, bring the knees together, and then drive up. So as you lower, I want you to do it slowly. You're trying to keep tension and resistance in your back, and then lift and squeeze by pushing the heels together. As I lift this top leg, I'm careful that I'm not rolling back. So I'm going to think height. Last 4. Nice and slow as you come back down. Here's 3. You'll start to shake a little bit as you lift that top leg. That's a good thing. 2. I want to just hang out in that for a second. Last one, lift and hold. Pulse it back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Little break. We're just going to get all the booty work out of the way. Okay, next one we're going to do is you're going to lower down onto your side if you're not already there, and then you can just rest your head in your arm. Top leg is going to lift a little bit higher than in line with the hip, just so we have some resistance up. From here, I'm going to swing the leg back. Don't want to move my bottom leg at all. And then keeping the resistance on my band, pull it forward. I'm maintaining this 90-degree angle with my top leg. So as I press back, I don't need to straighten my leg. I just want you to swing it back and squeeze. And then come forward with control. Watch that the ribs don't pop as you press the leg back. I'm staying really tight through my core here. Let's do 2 more. It's always good to get the really hard stuff out of the way. And then last one, I'm going to press back and hold. So my knee is in line with my hips here. And then from here, start to pulse up. Pulse up. And my knee is bent. And the more I can swing my knee back, the more I'm getting the outside of my glutes and hips here. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, little rest. Come on to all 4s. So just hands and knees. Last thing we're going to do on this right side, the last little series we'll do here, you're going to take that right leg, extend it back behind you. Then from here, we're going to go into our rainbow shape. So I'm going corner to corner, toes tap on the outside corner of my mat, cross behind my left leg, and tap there. So drawing like a little rainbow or semicircle. If it helps you to come down onto your elbows, you can. Sometimes we can get a little bit more leverage there and lift the leg higher. But either way, I want you to stay grounded out through that left knee. Let's do 4. I should have picked the lighter band. Last 3. 2 more. And last 1. Bring it in. Knees can come together. Little child's pose here. Just taking a second to stretch out those hips. Big inhale here, shift it forward. The last thing that we're gonna do on this right leg is our hydrant. So my knee is gonna stay bent at this 90-degree angle. And then from here, just lift and lower. So I'm pushing up outside of my body, outside of the thighs to open and close. Well, let's do 4, 3, 2, and the last one. Bring it in, shake it up, take it out, whatever you need to do. Let's start top to bottom and get into that left leg. So I'm just going to swing around here so I can stay facing the camera. Start up on your elbow with your clam. Now this left side is going to be a little bit more fatigued than the right side was when we started, just because it was our stabilizer. So we want to start slow, wake those muscles up. Open the top leg, resist back down. Big seam of the pants as the knee comes down. Lift and lower. If you rest your hand on the outside of your hips here, you can feel that knee muscle contracting as you send that top knee open, lowering it down. Let's do 4. Going extra slow on this side. Last 3, 2. Last one, we're gonna lift it, hold, pulse it back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my. Okay, come on down to your side. You can rest your head in your hands here. And then we're going to swing that knee back and forth. So I want you to start in what feels like a tabletop position here. And then lift that top leg. So from here, I'm going to swing my knee back till it lines up with my hips and my pelvis. And then resist forward. But I maintain that shape the entire time, so I'm not just taking back with my heel. As you press back, squeeze your booty and bring it forward. And then when we are doing Pilates by yourself at home, it's good to use your hands so you can feel what muscles we're aiming for. So don't be afraid to kind of feel around, get to know your body, see what's going on here. As we press this leg back, you should feel your glute max. So that big muscle on your booty squeezing and drawing forward. Let's do 2 more. And the last one, press back and hold. From here, I'm pulsing my knee up and down. So up and down, nice and slow. Try to keep that bottom leg anchoring for the top. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, shake it out. Sometimes though, we're just wearing soft pants, so we're just like, oh, these pants feel so nice. Okay, let's come onto all fours. And then get this booty work over with. Keep that left leg out. We're going corner to corner. So draw that semicircle shape up and over. And then you can feel free to come down onto your elbows here if you want to go maybe a little bit higher or just your wrists need a break. Good job. Let's do 4, 3. Try not to move everything else, just the legs. Last 2. And 1. Bring it back down, a break if you need to, and then we'll finish off with our hydrant. So that left leg is going to open out to the side and close back down. We have 7 more of those. It's your chance to stretch out your band. Last 4, 3, 2, and the last one. Good job. Let's take a down dog stretch here, tuck the toes, and just go ahead and pick up those hips. You can pedal out those feet again if you would like. We'll take one more deep breath in here, step to about the center of the mat, and then slowly start to roll up, 1 vertebrae at a time, letting the head hang nice and heavy till you roll all the way up. So I'm going to face the camera. You can stay where you are. I'm going to finish off our low body work here with some standing work. So feet are hips distance apart. I'm going to start with just a squat. So as I come down, keeping space between my knees, drive the hips up at the top. So press and squeeze forward with those glutes as you stand up. Be careful not to do too many because I get out of breath. Let's do 5 more. Good, try to put all of your weight back in those heels. Last 4, 3, 2, hold it, little pulses up and down. Keeping that pressure on the band, moving out. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up. We're going to add a leg lift to it now. So I'm going to squat. As I stand, right leg lifts. Lower, left leg. So squat in the middle, and then send that leg up and back down. Good, not too many here. Let's do 4 more each side. Last 3, 2, 1 more each side, and then bring it back to center. You can take your band off now. That's some good news. We will use it later. And just set it off to the side. Okay, grab some water. Catch your breath if you need to. Before we move on to upper body. That's just for me. I need some water. Okay, so let's move into upper body. You're gonna walk to the back of your mat, so you have the mat out in front of you. Just take a nice big stretch up overhead, inhale, and then as you exhale, start to roll down, nice and slow. Folding forward over your body, finding your toes, letting the head hang, and let the back of those hamstrings stretch, and maybe pedal out the feet. That feels good after all that, like 20 minutes of booty work. And then start to walk the hands out. Once you get out into your plank position, we're just going to hold there for a little bit. So I want you to spread out all 10 fingers and then push away from the floor. Tuck your tailbone under and then just start to connect in with those shoulders a little bit more. So the more active we are through the arms, the more we're going to feel really stable here through the shoulders. So take a few deep breaths here. You can always come down onto your knees if you need to. We'll take 1 more deep breath in. Next exhale, pick up those hips. Take a down dog stretch and drop your heels. Lift the heels, and now from here we're going to keep them lifted. Shift forward into your plank. Nice and strong. We're going to hold for 2 counts, and then we'll lift back up. Big inhale here. Exhale as you press the hips back up. Inhale as you come forward. Hold for 2 counts. So we're just checking in with our planks. We probably have gotten a little bit stronger in the last 2 months with all these planks. Exhale as you lift the hips. And let's do that 3 more times with an extended plank hold. Trying to take the space out of the shoulder blades. Push, push, push. Inhale. Exhale as you lift. And the shoulders and arms start to burn a little bit more. Shift it forward. Inhale. Hold for 2. Just breathe. Big inhale here. Exhale. Hips back up. This is the last time we're doing it. Shift forward, hold. Breathe in and out. 1 more big inhale and exhale as you lift those hips. You can walk your hands in a little bit closer to stretch out those shoulders. Doesn't take much with those planks. Okay, from here, let's lower down onto our knees. And then we're just going to take those arms to the side to start. So I want you to go palms lift back and come up onto your knees if you can. You can always sit down for these. So we're going to just use a little bit of our own body resistance here to get into our triceps. So I'm going to sit back a little bit so I can hinge forward and tuck my chin into my chest. From here, I want you to press your arms up back behind you. And imagine you've got a set of hand weights in your hands. So you can really feel your own resistance here if you straighten your arms. From here, I'm just going to start to pulse up and down. Nice and slow. And just like when I do my booty work, there's a point where my arms start to shake because my muscles contracting. I want to embrace that and I want to try to work in that. And not just where I'm comfortable, right? Like down here, no problem. Up here, a little harder. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold. Pull that belly in nice and tight. Squeeze the arms together and then open them back up. Exhale, squeeze and open. And it's really interesting how it doesn't take much work here or weight for you to really feel those triceps working. Squeeze and release. 5. Tuck your chin into your chest if your neck's starting to bother you here. Let's do 4, 3, 2. Next time you bring those hands together, hold them. If they can't touch, that's okay. Pulse up 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, shake it out. Okay, now that the triceps are properly warmed up, bring your hands out in front of you in your quadruped position, and then just walk your knees out a little bit further. You can tuck your toes and bring them down if you want. Teeny little push-ups here for our triceps. I want you to look down at your elbows and then spiral the crease of your elbows out so you're really screwed into those shoulders. Little pulses down. Elbows are going to come to the side here. Little teeny pulses. Doesn't have to be big. Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. Puppy dog stretch. Take a deep breath in, shift it forward. Hips come down. Let's do it again. You can go bigger if you want more. Bend the elbows to the side. Push up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, 1. Puppy dog stretch. And then last time here, shift it forward. Let's do 10, and then we'll stretch. Bend and press. Bend and press. 8 more. Try to keep those elbows nice and close to your side. They can be little push-ups here. They don't have to be full. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push it back and stretch. You can lift your hips up, walk your hands out, chest down. Walk both hands over to the right side of your mat. And then drop down through your left hips. And then over to the other side. Just creating some space through the right side of the body. Take one more deep breath in here. Come back through center. Let's set our right elbow down and come into a quick side plank here. So I'm just going to shift my weight over onto my right side. And then you can stack or knee comes down, up to you. Left arm extends up. Let's pulse up 10, 9, 8. Think going up more than down. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. That's all I have in me today. Let's do that 2 more times, just like we did with our little push-ups. Pop it up, pulse for 10. Just breathe through it, and you can come down if you need. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. And we'll just do it one more time. It's a lot of work for that right arm. Pop those hips up, hold it, pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Let's get into our mermaid stretch here. So take your right knee out in front, left knee folds over. I'm just going to open up through my right side. Take a deep breath in here. Let's bring it onto our knees. Not quite done with our nice slide there, but getting there. Before we get into side planks on the other side, let's go ahead and take our right hand down onto the mat and then extend that left leg out. So I'm going to plant my left foot and my right hand. So I've got this long line, and you're going to be trying something with this right knee. So reach your arms up overhead. Left leg is going to lift. I'm going to crunch knee to elbow and extend. Crunch knee to elbow and reach. Good. Try to make your lines really long at the top for 5, 4, almost there, 3, just closing in through that left side, 2, last 1, reach, lower your left foot. Now I'm going to try to take my right knee up to meet my left. So extend that left arm over, inhale, Exhale, squeeze inner thighs, lower and lift. And let's just do 4. These are hard. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. You can get into your mermaid shape here. And then let's stretch it over. Left arm up. And rotate down. And walk your hands out a little bit further. Take a deep breath in here, and then the easiest way is to just swing those legs around, and we're going to start off in our side plank. Woo! This is a tough one today. Legs are going to go back out into the corner, and then we have 3 sets of 10 pulses, so 30 total, but we're going to break them down into 3 rounds. You're going to pop yourself up into your side plank, hold it, pulse for 10. Little lifts and squeezes. So our pelvis is super heavy, so we gotta drive it up to feel the work. Last 3, 2, 1, rest. Whew. Getting lots of oblique works today. Come back up, pulse for 10. Just breathe. You can always lift that top leg if you want a little bit more for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. One more time. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, pick it up. And then let's pulse for 10. Last set here. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Pull your left knee in, right knee in your mermaid shape, and stretch. Let's take a deep breath in, come back through center, up onto your knees. This time we're going to take our left hand down and extend our right leg out. So I have the support as of now of my left leg. Reach your arm and leg away from each other, so I'm opening up this space between my ribs and hips. Float the right leg, inhale. Exhale as you crunch and squeeze. Reach and squeeze. It's okay if your knee doesn't touch your elbow or if you have to rotate a little bit to get there. It's okay, these muscles are still working super hard. And we just have 2 more of these. 6 total. Last one, reach and hold. Plant that right foot. Now I'm going to take my left knee to meet my right. Big inhale here, exhale, lift and squeeze. And lower, lift and squeeze. Inner thighs. Try to pick up that whole leg. Let's do 3, squeeze, 2, and last 1. Bring it down, mermaid shape. We'll rotate over to the left and fold forward. You can walk your hands out, rest your head on your mat, whatever feels good there. And we'll take one more deep breath in. Start to walk the hands back in, and then go ahead and lie down onto your back. Listen, I'm not sure if we're going to use the band, but make sure it's close by. Just abs, I always wing it, because I feel like if I plan it, it gets way too hard. So let's actually do it to see. So let's move into the core portion of the series. You can go ahead and lie back down onto our back, just like we started class. I mean, we've done a lot of core work, but this is some of the more direct stuff. Okay, so right away, let's take our hands behind our head. Open up your elbows as wide as you can. So really spread out through the chest, the rib cage, the collarbone. Take a deep breath in there. Next exhale, I want you to lift your head up into your bow and hold it there. Spread your elbows back out and away from each other. And then let's just take a few deep breaths here. Our goal when we bow in Pilates is to get that chin parallel with the floor. That's really hard to do. Inhale, exhale as you pull your belly down. Squeeze belly button into spine, big inhale. Exhale as you pull your belly button down, maybe come up an inch higher in your curl. So feel your pelvic floor start to activate there. Let's do one more deep breath in like that. Exhale, drive the belly down into the spine. And then next time you open up on your inhale, drop your head down. And then exhale as you curl, roots together, push down into the tailbone. Really small here. Inhale as you open. Exhale as you squeeze. So the better I get at core work and Pilates, the smaller your movements become with your bones, and the more you can work with those muscles. Let's do 3 more. Nice and small here. I should still feel a little lift in my low back. Just working on my neutral spine. Last one, hold it there, and then release the arms. So my chin is still tucked. I'm just going to go ankle taps here. So now I'm squeezing into my waistline. We've been there a lot today. Squeeze, hold it, finish the breath, and then go to the other side. So I'm inhaling as I come through center. My head is totally supported from my upper body curl, and you can always bring your hands behind your head if you need. Let's do 3 more each side. So a little crunch and squeeze. Hips are going to stay still. 1 more each side. And then hold center. Flip the palms. Let's start to pump for hundreds. So I inhale for 5. And I exhale for 5. And I want you to keep your feet down here because I want you to work on bracing the core. Inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, watch your belly pull down. And try to spread across those hip bones. Arms are keeping time for us. Pumping up for 5. Down for 5. Let's do 10 more seconds here. So inhale 5, 4, 3, 2. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms come up. Take a nice big stretch through your abs. It's like you don't really feel it till you stop sometimes. Okay, reach your arms back up. Inhale, exhale as you press to curl. Let's combine it all together. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you press to curl. Let's do 3 more like that. Keeping things slow here. Last 2. Last 1. Press up and hold. Ankle taps from side to side. Just comboing everything out. Think about rocking those ribs over the hip bones. Let's do 5 more each side. 4. Last 3. 2. 1 more each side. Hold center. Pump the arms. Inhaling for 5. Exhaling for 5. You can bring your hands behind your head at any point. Hundreds are about the breath. So if you need a break with those arms, you can. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Let's do 10. And then we'll take a little stretch. Almost there. Strong arms for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Let your head rest. Drop both knees over to one side. Look over your opposite shoulder. And try to twist that ear down to the mat. Come back through center over to the other side. Try to twist the neck a little bit just to give it a stretch. You can look over your left shoulder. And we'll come back through center 1 more time. Okay, almost done here. Let's take our left leg to tabletop. We're working with keeping our feet down today, and our ab work helps us connect a little bit more before we start getting fancy. Arms are going to extend up into the air. As you curl, we're going to straighten that left leg out. So take a deep breath in, next exhale, press. Reach the left leg long, and then inhale as you come back up. Exhale, press. Focus on form and alignment today. So wrists are going to come right over the elbows, and knees are going to come over the hip. Push away. Everything reaches its end point at the same time, and then I tuck back in nice and slow. Let's do 4 more. Last 3. Go try to lengthen that left leg out. 2 more. Last one, we're going to press and hold, of course. Take your left hand behind your head. Reach your right arm past your left leg. Now from here, I'm going to lower my left leg, reach my right arm back at the same time. Exhale, crunch. Come up a little bit higher. Lower, open up. Exhale, reach. Good. And if it feels good to open up the chest towards the ceiling, you can. But that's just going to make it a little bit harder when we have to meet back in the middle. Let's do 3 more of these. As big or as small as you want to go. Last 2. Last one, press up and hold. Pulse the arm for me for 10. See if we can straighten that left leg. Reach. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down and rest. Come on over to your left hip. You're going to bring the knees out in front of the hips, the heels under the knees. And then with that left arm, you can just rest your head in your hand. We're going to take our right arm extended out so that my shoulders are stacked, my knees are stacked. Open up through the chest as you start to sweep that right arm back behind you. Stretch. My back cracked. That felt nice. And then come back through center. And it's okay if your hand can't touch the floor behind you. Especially at this point in class, right? We're still working through those muscles, but try to get it there. Open up the chest with your breath, and then bring the hands down. And I love this stretch for the arms and abs because my hips can't be involved because they're stacked. So it's all just about that upper body rotation. Let's do 2 more. Feels nice. Just open up the chest, especially working from home a lot and being on our computers and phones. And let's do 1 more here. Open up through the chest and hold it there. If it feels good to take your left arm out, you can. And just try to reach those fingers away from each other. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Last 2. 1 more. And bring it all the way back. Onto your back, let's take it over to that right side. We've got just 1 more set of that core work, and we'll take a stretch, and then we are just about finished. So arms are gonna go up, right leg's gonna come to tabletop. So our right side feels nice and open after those stretches. So take a moment just to reconnect through the ribs and your midline with a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, extend that left leg out nice and long. I want you to squeeze your quads. And then inhale as the arms come back up. And can we imagine that we're holding weights in our arms, right? Our arms stay nice and strong here. And breathe, come back up. Let's do 4 more. We know from that tricep work that you don't even need weights. You can just squeeze your arm muscles really hard. Last 2. Last one, we're gonna press and hold it there. So take your right hand behind your head. Your left hand's going to come past your right leg. And we'll lift that leg up nice and high. So we close the space between our ribs and hips. Inhale as you open up as much as you want. So you can lower your leg, reach back through your arms. Exhale as you twist and close that space. So as I lower my leg, I'm really stretching through the front of my hips. My hip flexor, those are always tight. And then as I move my left hand out, getting that nice yummy stretch through my chest. Let's do 3 more. We'll finish with pulses. Doesn't have to be fast to feel it. Here's 2. Last one, we'll hold and pulse. Pulse it out for 10. That right hand is helping to support the head. So just let your head get heavy in it. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down over onto your right hip. You're going to extend that left arm out in front of you. And then just try to remind the hips so they stay stacked. Inhale as you open up through the chest. I'm going to take it nice and slow at first, allowing the left side of my body to stretch open. And then as you breathe here, and start to link back up with that deep breath, you can move with that. We know from working on the other side that it takes a few reps here for that left hand to be able to get down onto the floor, and maybe it doesn't at all, and that's okay. Let's do 2 more. Last one here. Big stretch and hold it there. If you want to send your right arm out as well, you can. But just focus on opening up through the left chest. Bend your elbow a little bit if you need to. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Every time you exhale, try to soften that space between your shoulder and your collarbone. Last big deep breath in here. And go ahead and bring that left arm down onto our backs. One more time here, we're gonna roll up. So take your feet out into the corners of your mat. Reach your arms all the way up overhead with a big stretching inhale. And then exhale as we start to come on up to a forward fold. You're gonna roll up, reach for those feet. You can pull the toes back, and then we're just gonna take a couple breaths here, just allowing our blood to kind of rush back up into the head. Flex the feet back, stretch the hamstrings. And we'll take a deep breath in here, start to roll it back up. Swing your feet around for some cat-cow. We'll stretch out the spine a little bit with the hips. Inhale as you open up through the chest. Again, think about spreading those collarbones. And then exhale as you round through the spine, tuck the chin in towards the hips. And then just moving like that with the breath. So nice big inhale to open everything up. And then exhale, push all the air out of your body. Last 3. Two more. Last one. Come back through center. Take your right arm under the left for thread the needle. So we want to stretch through our triceps and shoulders. You can sit back into your hips if that feels good. And then we just want to put some weight and some pressure on that right arm to kind of help stretch the shoulder. You can flip your palm up if that feels better. Remember, a lot of us are tight there. And then just keep pushing through that left arm so you make some space through your body. Inhale back through center and repeat on the other side. Left arm's going to come underneath. Right arm's going to stretch out. You can use that right hand to kind of push into the left arm a little bit more. Deep breath in here, coming back through center. Walk your knees in as close as they can to come into a child's pose. So you're going to bring the legs together. And then just kind of tuck yourself into a tiny little ball. So you can go crown of the head on the mat, hands behind you, or keep them stretched out if that felt good. And we want to take this